Hi everyone, it's Krista from Doc's Quilt Shop, and I just wanted to talk to you and show you how I made this beautiful quilt that you see behind me. I was asked by my son to make a quilt for a fundraiser dinner, and so I came up with the one behind me. I used the Urban Folk Batik of Cinnamon Grove and the Confetti Cottons Teddy Bear and Cream. So those are the colors I'll be using. And basically the whole quilt is built from a star block and the shoe fly block. So let's get started. First thing I did was I grabbed a 10-inch square of the batik, the Cinnamon Grove, and the cream. And then I'm going to mark an X from corner to corner. I already marked the X's, but I'll show you what I'm doing. And then from this corner to this corner. And then now I'm going to come through and I'm going to sew on both lines of the X. And you just sew a 1/4 inch away from the line. And I'll just flip this around and sew on this other side. Permanently. I sewed on the wrong side. You make mistakes, especially when you're under the camera. Okay, let's try that again without the oops. Okay, and then we'll go the other way here. And one more. Okay, now give me just a minute and I'll meet you at my cutting table. You can see here that I've sewn on both sides of the X, going both ways, and now we're going to cut it. So I start off by just cutting down the center first, line everything up, look to make sure we're going through the X, and then turn it and do the same thing this way. And then we'll make one more cut on the diagonals, on the X, on the lines that you drew. Okay. So now, when you open this up, you're going to have a half square triangle, and this is going to give you 8. Before you iron it, you want to make sure to trim it up. And so to trim it, you can do a couple different ways. One of them is using the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. And again, I'm going to put their 4.5 dashed line on my sew line, which is right here, the white line. And then just line it up as best as you can. And you can line it up to the one edge, and so that way you only have to cut once. And there we go. And now we have a 4.5 inch half square triangle. And then I always come back and I just cut the little tabs off later.
So you don't use the slots on the sides of the
I don't.
trimmer?
It's too awkward for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have found the block lock, and so let me show you how to use that one. So first I'm going to go and iron all of these. So I'm just going to fold it towards the batik here. Okay, There we go. Meet me back at the cutting board and I'll show you how to use the block. Okay, so to use a lock block, you're going to take your square and you're going to make sure the words are on the background. In this case, our background is the cream color. We're going to line it up with the 4.5 lines down this way. And depending on how much room I have, I might give it just past a little bit. And then trim. Just shaves off just a little bit. Then rotate this around. And if you leave it like that, it just slides down, leaving the words on the background. And again, line it up with the 4.5 and make sure that this is locked into your seam. And trim. And there you have it. And one more. Again, words are on the background. And this is going to be really close. In fact, this is so close, I am just going to cut off the ears or the little pieces that stick out. And then from the two that we use, the Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer, just trim those. And there we go. And now we're ready to make our block. Okay. So now that we have our half square triangles, as you can see here, I snowballed the corners. So I'll show you how I did that. And with these, I just took a 2.5 inch square and drew that line from corner to corner. And you only want 4 of them, 1 for each corner. Okay, and now we're going to snowball the half square triangle. You just put your square right up there in the corner there, and you're going to sew just down this line here. And I like to do just a kind of a chain and just do a whole bunch of them at one time. And so we'll just do all 4 of them for this block at one time. So again, I'm just going to put my square where I've drawn the line from corner to corner, and I'm just going to sew down this line right here. Line it up in the corner. And so now you can see I've just got the chain. So now I come through, snip. And then you can use your rotary cutter and a ruler to cut or trim, but I just like to use my scissors and just kind of guesstimate about 1/4 inch. And just cut off the ends there. Okay, and so then when you're ready, then you just iron it back, and now you've got that snowballed corner. And you can see how it just fits right there in the quilt. So let's go iron these. Alright, and we'll just get the quick warm and iron these back. Okay, now that these are ironed, we are ready to build our block. And so here, as in the middles, we've got the logo for the group that this is going to. And so here we just put Doc's Quilt Shop just for fun, so I can show you. So that will be the center. And then we'll put the squares on each corner, with the batiks coming to the inside. And then this will just fill in with 4.5-inch squares of the cream. And now I'm going to sew these together as a 9 patch. I've got these kind of sewn together like this. So now I can open these up and grab this last row. Almost caught it. Make sure it's facing in the middle. There we go. Okay, so now actually what I like to do is I like to take these and I will iron them. And so what I'll do is I will iron the top ones to the inside, since it's got the half square triangle coming in, and this one I'll iron to the outside so that the seams will nest nicely when I sew it together. So back to the sewing, or back to the ironing board. Okay, so as you can see, I've ironed the top ones in, the middle out. So now as I sew them together, the seams should nest nicely together. There we have it, just like that, and I'll go iron it so that it's lays nice and flat, and then we'll move on to the star block. Okay, so there we go, and you can see it just fits in to the quilt every other block. Okay, so now let's make the star block. So for the star block, I took 3-inch squares of the brown, of the teddy bear, and drew a line from corner to corner, and kind of like what we did with the snowball, we're going to do that on both corners to make the star legs. And just line it up into the corner, and I'm going to sew down the line there.
Sewing on the pencil line, right?
On the pencil line, correct. And then I'm just going to trim that again. Now you can go and iron this back, or you can just sit there. You can choose to finger press it, up to you. For right now I'm just going to finger press it, and then I'll iron it back. So now we're just going to put this one on the other corner here. And so on the pencil line, corner to corner again. And then trim. Okay, so then as you fold that back, here are your star legs. And I already have 3 other ones done, so let me go iron this and we'll build the star block. Just folding them back and iron them. And there we go. And let's go put the star together. Okay, so here we have them ironed. And these are going to be our star legs. And so we'll just put this together. One in the middle. Star leg, and then fill in with the 4.5-inch cream. There we go. And again, we'll just sew it together like what we did with the shoe fly pattern block. And again, we'll just open these up. And we'll add in this 3rd bow. Okay, and again, I'm going to go and iron them to help them lay more flat. And with these are going to go out. And we'll have the middle one coming in, and again this one will go out, and then that way they will nest together. So now these should all nest together. There we go. And I'll do the other side. Okay, there we go. Okay, I will go get this ironed and meet you back here. So unfortunately I didn't get these limed up very well like these, but it doesn't bother me, and actually I don't think when you look at it from afar you're not going to notice. So now You just set them together and sew them, and hopefully, if I did this right, do it that way, and these are going out this way, these are coming in, and they should nest up nicely when you sew them together. And then therefore we would have this, and just alternate them throughout your quilt. This quilt here is 5 blocks across and 5 blocks down, and then I added a 4.5 inch of the Cinnamon Grove Batik on the top and bottom, and then a nice 6-inch brown border all the way around of the teddy bear. And the total size right now is 72 by 81, and so I still need to get it quilted and put the binding on and see how it turns out. Don't forget to go to docsquiltshop.com, sign up for our email list, and if you decided you like this video, be sure to follow me, and that way you can be notified of any more videos that we do and all that fun stuff. I'm still learning. Thank you, everyone, and bye.